All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the part of business plan, which is the management, organization, and personnel. From this topic, we're going to discuss about um, the administration of manpower within the proposed system or within the proposed business organization that you are gonna establish later on. Okay. Um, so we may now proceed. Management of organization and personnel. On this topic, we're gonna discuss uh, what is a description or company description. What are the different types of business that you might have in mind or that have might probably propose to establish or construct. Here also, we're gonna discuss the selection of the different business locations, what type of organizational structure are you gonna implement, what type of system or processes. You know, we are gonna discuss also the foundation or who are the owner in particular or the founders of the business. Same is true under business organization and management of personnel. We're going to discuss the compensation process or packages that you might want to provide to your manpower. Also, we're going to discuss the different issues on how many or how much manpower are you gonna needed in order to run the business. Okay. Now let's proceed to company description. What is a company description? Well, basically a company description is part of the business plan, which describes uh, the overall description of the business that you are going to put up. No, it actually outlines the very important or the details about the company. Say, for example, where are you located, how big your company is, what do you do, or what function or what are the purpose of your company, and what you hope to accomplish on on the business that you are going to establish. Okay. Also, company description provides an overview towards your clients or towards your investors on what really type of company you are eventually, if you're going to offer a service or if you're going to produce a tangible product. Okay, that's part of it actually. Now, the exact elements which includes in your company description basically varies, no? But in some elements, there are more common than others and most likely should be part of the following section, no? So part of your company description, of course, there should be a company name. What is a company name? A company name is the official business or official name of your business, how your business to be called, you know, as registered in a particular area or particular municipality or town. Okay. Also, part of the company description is what type of business structure, no, are you proposing, no? Say, for example, we have a type or different types of business structure. We have the sole proprietorship, we have the partnership, and we have the corporation. Those are the three common examples of or types of business structure: a sole proprietorship, a partnership, and a corporation. And also we have here the ownership or the composition of the management teams, no? Which on your business plan you should name the key personnel or key individual who involved in the establishment of the company. Okay? And then also we have here the location. Location described as the where the company should be located. Okay? Then of course you have basically a brief story about the company that you're going to establish. This is fall under the company history. This describe when the company started, and well, basically what inspires you to start the business, and how are you going to fulfill the needs, or the purpose of your company. Okay. Definitely on the company description, you're going to have also a mission statement. What is a mission statement? A statement with which uh, represents the clear purpose, or the very purpose of your company, or the business that you're going to establish. And then also part of the company description is what product or service could you offer, or can you offer to the market. This is the brief overview. What are you going to sell, and what are you going to provide to your clients, and of course with whom. With whom are you going to uh, provide the service and sell the products. And of course, you're going to describe also on your company description is, of course, the company objectives. No? What is a company objective? A company objective is basically an outline of what you want to accomplish in the near future. No? Near future. Here, you're going to list down from the basic and from the uh, big goals or objectives of your company. You know? And of course, the vision statement. Vision statement is about how you envision your company in the near future. Okay? So basically, those are the part of the business or company description that you're going to include on your business plan. Diba? Now, let's proceed to what type of business are you going to establish later on. So we have mentioned a while back, the different types of business. They're the sole proprietorship, the partnership, and the corporation. And of course, we have the additional, we have the limited liability company or LLC. No, okay. A sole proprietorship is a unincorporated company or business that is owned by only one person or individual who run the business solely. While it is the most simple or simplest types among the types of businesses or business structures, it also offers the least amount of protection to the owner. Why we said so? Because on the sole proprietorship, it gives you a lot of advantages, but of course, it gives you a enormous kind of disadvantages also. Why? Is it because no all the risks, all the liabilities can be burdened to the owner itself. No? Yan. While of course, if you earned a lot, or if your company is doing well, of course you improve or get all the benefits. No? You gain all the profits, you gain all the advantages, something like that, right? That's sole proprietorship. Now, partnership, however, as the name states, is a partnership which is owned and managed by two or more people, known as the partners. Now, basically, like in sole proprietorship, partnerships are able to take advantage, of the flow through taxation. Now, this means that income is treated as the owner's income, so it is only taxed once. However, owners in the partnership are liable for the liabilities of the firm. Now, to in additional definition of the partnership, partnership is basically an ownership of two or more people, which exercise equal rights to both partners, and of course, in the rule of the thumb or in general rule, the compensation or the benefits should be equally divided among the partners. While of course, the liability is also burdened among the partners. However, there are certain descriptions or exemption to the rule of the partnership that it will only depend on what type of partner you are being referred to. All right, because there are a lot of types of partnerships, or I mean partners. No, there are what we call general partners. There are what we call limited partner. There are what we call silent partner, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now let's proceed to the limited liability company or LLC. Okay. Limited liability companies are one of the most flexible type of businesses. Now, LLCs combine the aspect of both partnerships and, of course, corporation. Well, maybe we can say that it is a mix or a hybrid of a partnership and a corporation. Smaller than a corporation, but basically a little bit larger than the partnership. They retain the tax benefits of the sole proprietorship and the liability or limited liability of corporations. LLCs are able to choose between the different tax treatments, well, depending on what type or what product you produce, how big are you, how small are you, and so on and so forth. Okay? Now, corporation. Corporations is basically a type of business which has a complex structure. Why complex? Because corporations provide or can be turned to be a composed of different subdivisions or divisions, while corporations can be also composed of a simple structure. Right? Corporations are basically separate legal entity which is being created by the shareholders or the owners. Why we said so? That it is uh, bringing or it gives us a separate legal entity. No, once that your corporation has been registered, no, to Securities and Exchange Commission, to Department of Trade and Industry, to BIR, it will come up with a uh, separate and distinct definition or distinct personality among the shareholders or among the owners. Okay, so basically, corporations is separate entity compared to their owners. All right, so you gain more knowledge regarding or more definitions regarding corporations as you go along with your course in business administration. Okay. Um, it also corporations incorporating a business that protects the owners from being personally liable for companies' debts or legal disputes. Well, basically, that's the purpose why we uh, legally separate the distinction of the or personality of the corporation among its owners, no? Because one of which is to protect the owner from liability. Okay? A corporation is more complicated and complex, no, to create compared to the other types of businesses. All right. Now, there are three common types or main types of corporations. We have the C corporation or the most common form of incorporation, which is wherein the corporation is being taxed as a business entity and owners receives a profit that are then also taxed individually. Okay? We also have the S corporation or similar to C corporation but may only consist of up to hundreds of shareholders. S corporations are passed through entities like partnerships, so profits are not taxed twice. And then we also have what we call the non-profit corporations. Non-profit corporations often used by different charitable organizations. Non-profit corporations are tax exempt. Okay? Tax exempt because due to its nature that the purpose of its establishment is not solely for profit but for service rendering, no, kaya tax exempt siya. However, they must operate without, of course, as I've said, generating profits. All right. Now, on your business plan, definitely after uh, providing a brief overview or description of your business, after giving a description about what type or what form of business are you going to establish, of course, what is important also is the location of the business or where your business is located. Now, location of the business basically is a place, no? Rather, where your business is situated. There are a number of factors that needs to be considered in choosing a location of business. One of the earliest decision by any entrepreneur has to make it is where to make his business more strategic and more profitable. No? Yan. Okay? Now, there are main factors that affects locations. One of which is the market. Okay? The market, wherein business identify their target market, but basically, if you're gonna start to put that particular business, definitely you have to be near to your target market, or your business should be within or along with your target market. All right, and then also we have the raw materials. No, one of the factors that affects location is the supply of raw materials. No, definitely, it is a factor. It is because it consists or it can affect the cost or operational cost of your business due to transport or due to logistic reasons. Okay, transportation cost is also a factor that affects location. No, whether your uh, clients or customers are far or near, definitely you have to choose between the most advantage of the two. Diba? Yeah. Land also, whether you are going to rent or whether you're going to buy the lot or the land that your business will be established. Then, of course, the supply of labor is one of the affecting factors of the location also. Is the labor composition or the manpower composition is nearby, or the supply of manpower is nearby with your location or business, then definitely you have to think about it. Safety, no? Safety is other reason why you have to choose your location wisely. No, there are locations which is prone to not only man-made tragedy or man-made accidents or man-made tragedies, but also nature, no, or environmental factors. No, does your business near to oceans or sea, whether in case there are uh, tsunamis, of course, no, or your business located in a high place or low places, definitely you can be prone to flooding. High places, definitely you can be prone to different environmental accidents like landslide or the likes. No, waste disposal also is a factor. Government or political is one of the basic factors that an entrepreneur must have to consider. No, the political factors of the location. Okay, whether if there is a political unrest or peace. Yan. Then of course convenience is also a factor, definitely a factor. Organizational structures, again, is defined as a system used to define the hierarchy within an organization, right? It defines each job, its function, and where it reports within the organization. Okay? A structure is when the developed to establish how the organization operates to execute its goals. All right. Now, there are different types of organizational structures. In preparing a business plan, it is very important that it is clear on your plan that what type of organizational structures are you going to implement, whether if it is functional, divisional, matrix, or Flatarchy. Okay. Now, functional organization is, or functional structure is based on an organization being divided up into smaller groups with specific tasks or roles. Say, for example, a company could have a work or group working in information technology, another in marketing, and another in finance. All right. So that's a functional structure or organizational structure. Now, divisional organizational structure is can be applied by the larger companies that operate across the several horizontal objectives. Sometimes use a divisional organizational structure. When we say divisional, it is composed of different divisions of one mother organizations or company. This is basically applicable in the large complex organizations. Again, operating in a large market. Say, for example, in one country to another country or one continent to another continent. Okay. Matrix. Matrix organizational structure is a hybrid organizational structure. The matrix is a blend of the functional organizational structure and a projectized organizational structure. Okay. Yeah. Flatarchy organizational structure or flat type organizational structure. Flatarchy is a blending of a functional structure and a flat structure, of type of organizational structures, which allows for more decision making among the levels of an organization and an overall flatten out of the vertical appearance of the hierarchy or the flat type organization, ibig sabihin, with a more functional functions. Okay. So those are important part or composition of your business plan. Now, as a founder of the business, since you are proposing a business plan, definitely you have to include the names, types of businesses, or types of individual who administer or manage the business. So basically, they call themselves as the founder, the founder of the business. Founder of the business are entrepreneur who started the business. Now, if multiple entrepreneurs were involved in the establishment of the company or business, they are referred to as a founders, right? The origin of the word is that a founder originally meant a person who forgets or forge steel. Similarly, the founder of the company is forging the new entity. Okay. The founder of a small business is often requires a fully manageable different roles in order to keep the company operating smoothly. Okay. Now, with regards to compensation, in proposing in a business plan, it is also important to clear out how are you going to compensate your manpower, in the business that you're going to establish. Now, compensation is basically a reward for a work done, or a pay in return or in exchange of the service made by the employee or people. no, of the organization. This is also important to identify what type of base pay or what pay are you going to give to your employees. Now we have here the term base pay. A base pay is the initial pay that you can give to your employees. No, we have what we call base pay rate. Now, base pay rate varies on different places, particularly in our region, in the Philippines. No, it varies on the different regions. Okay, the base pay rate is basically the essential or the minimum amount an employee could expect to receive, no, coming from the service he or she rendered to the company. No, also base pay includes the employee's base salary, no, uh, depending on uh, how or when, or hourly or weekly or monthly that you're going to pay your employees. No? Base pay also considers or includes the shift differentials or night shift differentials, and also payment for special assignments. No? Included also there are the hazard and emergency pays. Okay? Yan. Base salary versus total compensation. Base salary versus total compensation, no? Basically, an employee's base pay does not include compensation that might raise the wage above the base level. Let's say, for example, bonuses, overtime, commissions are not part of the base pay. No? These types of pay are included in the employee's total compensation. Okay? Now, is base pay gross or net wages? Well, basically, uh, let's identify the two. No, a gross pay basically is the amount of an employee earns before the tax or before the tax could be deducted to your salary. We call them the gross pay or gross salary. No, net pay, however, is the amount that the employee takes, no, or take home pay na tinatawag natin. Take home after everything is being deducted, which includes also a taxes. Okay? Now, an employee's base pay compensation is part of both gross and net salary or wages. But gross and net wages might include other compensation too, no? Such as overtime pay, night differential, hazard, and emergency pays. No? An employee's base pay might be their gross wages if there are no other compensation to be added, no, to that pay. Okay? So, yan. Now, number of workers. Number of workers is important also in proposing the business plan, no? Because here, number of workers determine how are your business or organization be able to function well. All right. Now, employees are all people covered by a contractual arrangement or by a probationary arrangement for that matter, or by a for the meantime probation or for the meantime placement. Okay, working in an enterprise and receiving compensation for their work. Okay, though these are a workers that we call. Now, people on sick leave, paid leave, or vacation are included, while working proprietors, active business partners, unpaid family workers, and some workers also are included. Okay? Yan. So, do you have questions? No? That is the part of organizational description or business description or organizational background, ika nga, which is part of the business plan preparation. Okay? So those things are both equally important in proposing or inclusions to your business plan preparations.